Hey everyone, Draco Magnius here for another 0.5 episode of Virtue's Last Reward. In this 0.5 episode, we'll be covering the secrets found in the control room, I guess, or generator room, I'm not quite sure. Reactor room? It was probably the control room, that's what they mentioned it as, so that's what I'm sticking with. Anywho, starting with Swimsuit. For some reason, Sigma, or perhaps the author, seems to be unnaturally obsessed with swimsuits. Why is that? Was he involved in a horrible swimsuit accident? Now repressed? In his youth? Did he have a crush in high school on a girl on the swim team who put her Olympic aspirations ahead of any possible romance? Is he just a perv? The world may never know. Anywho, password input device. Or PID. This device can be used in an emergency to deactivate the antimatter bombs hidden throughout the facility. It doesn't really have any official name. Sometimes it's called the Designated Computer Terminal, but sometimes it's just the input device. The device has a small QWERTY keyboard beneath an LCD display. On top is a large black cable which can be attached to the bomb you wish to deactivate. Entering the correct password on the keyboard will stop the detonation. Antimatter reactor. In a general sense, the antimatter reactor is a system that generates electricity or some other form of power from the matter-antimatter reactions. This facility uses hydrogen and antihydrogen. The reactions power a turbine, which generates energy and powers everything in the facility. It looks like a gigantic octopus, but it's definitely not edible, no matter how you cook it. Antihydrogen Atom. A particular type of antimatter. Normal hydrogen atoms have one proton and one electron, but an antihydrogen atom has the opposite, one antiproton and one positron. In November 2010, the European Organization of Nuclear Research, CERN, issued a statement announcing that they had captured an antihydrogen atom. They claimed that they had gathered 38 of them, in fact, and managed to hold them in a special container for 0.2 seconds. Less than 6 months later, in June 2011, they managed to capture several more antihydrogen atoms and contain them for more than 1,000 seconds. Although the creation and storage of antimatter is still a difficult obstacle, these results suggest that antimatter reactors could someday be possible. TNT Equivalent. TNT is often used as a reference point when discussing the power of explosive devices. Specifically, explosive power is usually described by tonnage. The amount of energy of 1 ton of TNT produces approximately 4.18 gigajoules. This means that an explosive device with an output of 1 megaton generates 4.184 petajoules. TNT stands for Trinity Tallow... No. Trinity Tiltrin? No. Trinidad and Tobago? Ah, yes. Trinitrotoluene. Trinitrotoluene. That's it. It's one of the most common explosives, which is how it came to be a reference point. A kilogram of TNT has 4.184 megajoules of energy, but a kilogram of butter has 30 megajoules. Butter is some dangerous stuff. True. Ah, and everyone's favorite scientific equation, E equals mc squared. Einstein's famous equation. Put simply, it means that energy is equal to mass times the speed of light, squared. It describes how much energy you get by annihilating matter with antimatter, a lot. But also carries interesting implications that with enough energy, you could theoretically create matter. 63 terajoules. the amount of energy you get by combining 350 megagrams each of matter and antimatter. You can get this number using the equation E equals mc squared. Phi, what do you get when you convert 700 milligrams to kilograms? Alice, 7.0 times 10 to the minus fourth 0.0007 kilograms. Then what's the speed of light? Alice, about 300,000 kilometers per second. If you convert that to meters, you get 3.0 times 10 to the 8th, or about 3 million meters per second. And what do you get if you square that? 9.0 times 10 to the 16th. And then if you multiply that times the original mass, you get 63 times 10 to the 12th. 63 trillion. Neat. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we end this 0.5 episode here. I'll see you all in the next episode.